Alright, hello everybody, my name is Dark. Alright, there. Alright, hello everybody, my name is DarkKnight-LL25, for short, and here we'll continue playing Never Alone. Last time we beat the game, however, they like the DLC, so let's play the DLC Fox Tales. I guess there's 4 of these. Okay, let's see this first.
In 1964, my grandfather, Appa Willie Godun Sr., Punnik, he was invited by archaeologists and anthropologists from Brown University. He was invited to the Onion Portage site, this ancient sacred site of the Inupiaq people. And it was really special for my grandfather to be included in that kind of thing because it showed the respect they had for him, for his knowledge, for what he had to offer. And while they were there, while they were camped out there, when they had some quiet time, he told some stories. One of the stories that my grandfather told was the story of the Coastal Brothers. These two brothers, they have their own particular skills. They go out to the Noatak River area, and they go to try to challenge and hopefully defeat this giant mouse who is destroying everything in its path. The development team really took a great interest in the story that my grandfather told because it really enhances those themes that we found in Never Alone. One of interdependence, another of Inupiaq values, love of our elders and of our land and of our traditions. I mean, it helped to really bring that out, and so that's one reason why it really captivated the interest of the team.
Wait a minute, why was there like a photo of a guy in the air? Was he like jumping down, or... Also, what do you mean a giant mouse? Like, paddle? Okay, yeah. I've had there before, like, the paddle. Alright, let's play a new game. It says there's like 3 chapters, I think, so this might be like the source 1. Probably.
Ilisimagiga atla unipkak. Utuk kanat kekektarumit ukotigi sukangat. Tusa simagiga paningmin. Immagok itosik nakin minte tagim sinyanin ag.
Let me try that again. Because the video Wi-Fi getting off fucking now, that's why. So, give me a sec.
Ilisimagiga atla unipkak. Utuk kanat kekektarumit ukotigi sukangat.
Give me a sec. That looks fine, so what the hell's the issue now? Oh yeah. Dog by Geos. Alright. Alright, hopefully it fucking works. Yeah, Dog by Zero is releasing Monster Hunter Wild, so I gotta play that next. Well, actually, Firewatch and then Monster Hunter Wild. I don't look at that monster, that guy is huge.
Ilisimagiga atla unipkak. Utuk kanat kekektarumit ukotigi sukangat. Tusa simagiga paningmin. Immagok ilan narig tamanin neksuk. Atosik nakinminte tarim sinyanin agik simarok. Ilakata asin inyuna huni kiktarugmi. Iglyo pilgupluni anak takmata. Angunel gupluni lo. Ilangat pural guneksok. Ilan narik tapkok iksitsuk. Supayami ikaw matrong tarik ipnat chemen kiktarungmun. At tururut ukpigoramig ang ahoting. Ilokating pilgupluting suli sangipluting.
There were two brothers. One brother was living somewhere on the coast, and the other brother was living in the Kazebui area. Willie Godwin Sir Panic? Sorry if I say it wrong. But these are just like the same characters, though.
Ukeg rome inyuna kahoting. Inuit aniraktut ibrilagora miknin. Kinyarik samun upenga kratmun. Upenga kratman supayak magaktok.
Oh, it's a mouse. The mouse could be like very huge. Yeah, it's the same characters.
Ilan narik kuwetjagaktut. Isik simakura kahotik ibrulik mikni akuni. Pigo huting utuk kanat ukotik isukangat. Kamagirak raip lugu ang mugora payak.
Oh.
Sagwam asi olo tip lugu avingorok.
Do I have to save the mouse? Oh, okay. Don't worry, little mouse. We'll come to rescue you.
Agnorak sa kuhuni ang ngorloktuk. Aglan avingorok ayuaniktuk ilinginin.
Oh, I gotta hold it, okay. Okay. But we gotta save the mouse. Oh, you fuck. Yes. Okay, where am I? What? Okay. Did I do it again, or... Yeah, I think I do. Oh well. Oh. Oh, maybe... Yeah, but we need that owl. There. There. Seasons of life. Season of life.
I wasn't raised here, but my mom talked about how it'd be so dark.
Yeah, it was dark in the wintertime. In December 21st, we see the sun for about 3 hours, the rest is dark. So the days start to get longer right after that, shortly after that.
My mom, in her story, she says the real people come out. Everyone comes alive just because they've been inside so long.
I'm always happy when spring's here because the caribou are migrating north. The bears are coming out of hibernation. Rabbits and stuff, they're all over the place. And they're not hiding under the snow anymore.
Like the elders used to tell me, as soon as they saw those snow buntings, the small birds, the new season would start for gathering food. They knew they'd be happy because the fresh food is starting to come around.
We'd be getting geese eggs or seagull eggs or any kind of duck eggs.
We'd go camping in the early spring, go out with dog teams when I was a kid to a spring camp, and it was anywhere that my folks thought that we can get the most food. Right here in the peninsula, we'd walk back from our camp and hunt muskrats, and my mom would dry the skins.
And so it's a time of just all the gathering activities, all the busyness. It's when the life really springs up again.
Muskrats. Muskrats look almost like beavers. I can't tell the difference between those two. The only thing I can tell is like the tail. Yeah, maybe like the...
Meatlu, Tamarne Plugo, Avingorak. Hinyagat, Tabrani, Sikum Kangane.
Oh.
Tiksalogat, Aglana Vingora, Exivate Unit Timotop.
Boy, what are those things? As I was saying, I guess the teeth are a little bit different too.
Arnoraglu kayok tuklu emir min nersuk.
Uh-oh.
Sapim mipluting sakbak rome.
Okay, but what about those things? There's an owl near here? Ah! They died? Guess we gotta go down. How do I control? Oh, what's this?
Sakuguring uteruk kalok tut umemik tut. Iyangat ikayutik sangat sakbeksok. At chutigip lugu annek sutik sangat nek.
What is it? Hello? How do I... What did that do? Okay, did I do something wrong? Is like the rocks thing supposed to like block that?
Sakuguring uteruk kalok tut umemik tut. Iyangat ikayutik sangat sakbeksok. At chutigip lugu annek sutik sangat nek.
Does that even do anything? Get over here. I don't know what that do. Okay. Hold on. What? Yeah, why didn't I block the hole? Can I get like another one? Oh, I can. Well, I didn't know that. No, not like that. Well, no, just drop it. Can I not drop it? Wait, maybe just like that. There. Are all of these just puzzles? Does it roll? Okay. You motherfucker. Oh, fucker, how did I get you? That owl up there taunting me, mocking me. Maybe the. I would say maybe the fox will help because, you know, it's a higher jumper. And maybe it's a girl, cause, you know, don't walk off. There. Nice story.
Because we're all Inupiats, you know, upriver, along the coast, I'm considered coastal. Taremi means I'm next to the ocean. Kumi is up the river. And I'm proud to be a Taremi because I can hunt out there where those guys can't. I was taught to be aware of all the conditions out there. In fact, a friend of mine, an elder, he's passed away since. One year he came down, he had a small boat, just as the ice was going. He followed the ice down from Cayenne, okay? And he came down, he says, Willie, I come down just to go see how you guys hunt. Let's go. I said, okay. I got my boat ready and we took off. And the ice was moving out there, you know, big chunks and that kind of stuff. So there was one area over on the cruising turn side I was watching, being aware of how the ice was moving, how fast the current was moving, that kind of stuff. Automatically, you know, I was taught that by my dad. I was really watching and everything. I said, we got to get out of here. And he looked around and said, how come? I said, our way to get out of here is closing up. So I took off. And he was right behind me. I went through okay, and then he went through. And he said, he looked back after we went through, and the ice came up. It came together and came up like that. And he shook his head when we came back, and he said, I will never question the price of seed oil again. I see the danger you guys go through. If you don't know what you're doing, bad things can happen to you out there. Yeah.
That's a great story.
Well, it's the truth, you know,
Yeah.
what I went through.
Alright, 2 more stories left. Okay, what the hell did I do with this? Oh. Okay, little girl, do not fucking... Yeah, so if you want to get up here, just use the fox. Hey, there's our boat. So I gotta find a mouse.
Naluk kisuhutik, pakicek kisip magan awing ngorak.
Oh shit. That's the big mouse. Trying to set things right achievement. At another village, Noatak village, Noah takers had been telling a story about a canyon where that is. Any big boat that came through the main river to the Noatak was also swallowed. Willie Goodwin, Sir Panic.
Tari rogmin. Ilit churip luting asin. Daw tampangan eh.
Wait, is it like the same mouse or a different mouse?
Inyak tulla pää hoting nikese hoting lo. Ango hoting nunakam tunganun. Akangata ukoti ikanga nik.
Oh, okay. I have to throw it or... Guess we gotta swim down. Is the fox not coming? Okay. No, yes, yes you do. You need to come down here. Oh! You see that? No. I saw that. You can't fool me. I saw that for a split second. The big brat is there. The big mouse. No, we gotta get out of here. Paddle the boat fast. Another puzzle? Okay, you stay there, don't move. Wait, but I'm still like confused about like the setting. Is this like before or after like the main story? Or just like in the middle of the main story? Like she and the fox got like sidetracked. Alright, now let's get the boat. I feel like the final owl is like near the end. That mouse gonna flip the boat.
Iglek senya tuk argut mon no tam kungani. Ismaluk senya hoting.
I mean, that's what I think. That's what's gonna happen. Why didn't you jump? Yeah, I tried to jump. What? What, like, did you drop something? I don't know what you want to do. You want me to like jump over it? Okay, then why did I die there? Oh, great, another one.
Kapek pangarut dunakemon tikit mata inyuek somon. Kiviromon kungmon.
Now continue rowing. Never mind, I guess we can't. Hmm. Pick up. Not like that. I want to throw it, not drop it. Okay, now I gotta get a new one. Imagine that fucking kills like the kid. Okay. Okay, but what were the rocks there? Okay. Maybe wait for me. Hello, thank you. I think I throw in another one. I think. Why did you? Okay. Well, let's see what happens. Hmm. No, that's not it. I don't think this is it either. Okay, let's try the other side. Yes. Go over there. Is there like an owl up here for the insights? I do. Okay, how do I... Wait, maybe. Let me see. Ah, come on. Oh, fuck. Drop down. Why can't I go to the left? I mean the right. It's like I'm stuck here. Man, what did you just do? Hold on, do that again. Yeah, we got wall jump. The master of wall jumping. Is it that pressing the X make like the fox go faster, right? Okay, but I'm kind of really confused what I do here. Maybe I need all 3 of them? I don't know, maybe. Yeah, maybe that's the case. So when is like drown my boat? Oh, sink my boat. Boy, no. Yeah, that's like all of them. I mean, I could just use YouTube. Okay, this is gonna take forever, but I'll just watch this. The provider.
That's my dad. Picture of my dad.
Appa Willie, my grandfather Willie, he was a respected hunter, so he was the provider for the large family.
My father embodied all the Inupiaq values. He used them all as much as he can every day. And he loved to talk to people.
He shared a lot of stuff that he got from out, whether it be out in the ocean or in land. He shared with people.
We all loved him because he treated us with respect, all of us kids. When we followed him, when I started to follow him with John to go hunt out in the ocean out here, he would talk to us while we're hunting and point things out to us. You know, how to expect things, how to do things out in the country, or...
It teaches how to set traps, where to put the traps, how to bait them.
My dad was born and raised in Selwick. He grew up in springtime and summertime using a kayak. And they can go on days on a kayak.
So he taught us all that about hunting seals, bearded seals, and then hunting beluga also. You know, he showed us how.
I never forget my dad. Every time he'd say something, I honor what he'd say. I remember he'd wake me up after early in the morning, 5 o'clock, when it's still dark. He'd kiss me in his cheek, wake me up. I remember he said, "Bye, John, you behave now." I'll never forget that. So one day he did that. He said, "If anything happened to me, I want you to take care of Mom," like I did. But I see the affection there and the bond he had with me. He taught me.
Okay. Also, I found it. So apparently, don't lose the boat. So let's go down more. This. No, you stay. Why do we need so many of these? Well, why do there so many of this in the first place? Here. Alright, let's see what this leaves. Yeah, there's a lot of those things. Alright, maybe... Wait, does the game only... Okay. Alright, quickly. Aha, we are geniuses. Oh fuck.
It kahuting unipkak no dang mit koti isu kanganik narbaslorak tamanin neksok. Having ngakpag in neksok narbame supaya kasi tikit chok narramon negiplugo.
Okay, wait, but what's over there anyways? To the left. Maybe the fox could come. I feel like it'd be more easier with like co-op. Yeah, there's something on the left side. Oh, there's just nothing here. And then we see that big giant rat. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I guess there's nothing down here. Alright, come on, let's go. To the surface. Wait, front flip. Yeah, front flip. Oh yeah. So that giant creature. You see a mouse? Well, it said that it's a giant mouse creature in the story, so... So we don't need these. Yeah, okay, let's go.
Ilan narik, ilis marok, nguyang itparong, awing ngakpak, nota mid iksisenyang narat.
There was a village if she's not. When the two brothers arrived at the lake, one brother told the other, "Go into the water. The mouse has his place somewhere in this lake. He sits, watching the lake." Lilith, Godwin, Sir Panic. Uh-oh. There he is. Fuck, wait, I actually... Hold on. Sorry, I'll continue. Look at that, I accidentally press circle. Yeah, I felt like I accidentally skipped the scene. There. Oh, there he is. Do I have to, like, avoid him? Yeah, I think we do. What did I do? Oh, I see. Way. Yeah, maybe I could jump over. Get Fuck you, you ugly rat. Okay, then what the hell you want me to do here? Exactly. Because I can't exactly move. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe... If I take this out, does he appear in this hole? Okay, I'm lost here. Oh, but yeah, I can still go there? Okay, what about me? Okay. No, no, stay the fuck back. No, 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 no. Stay the fuck down away from that thing. Wait, did like Apaches here or something? No, I don't think so. Yeah, so this is what I don't get. So she could die from, you know, drowning. Yeah, there's like something that she's okay in the water. Even a fox as well. No, I'm out of this bitch. What happened? Oh, see what happened. You want me to jump over it? Oh.
Pubral gurom, alapisak lo awing akpak. Ang uyal gurom, tigup lugup pamengagon.
In the fucking tail. The fuck was that? Why did... I can't even get back if I even wanted to. Okay, if I move it then... Move! Move the fucking boat, you idiot! Fox, get your ass over here. No, 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 no. Jesus Christ, can she not jump farther? There you go. Are you serious? Girl. Fuck that rat. Now let's move it. Another one? No, what are you doing? Okay, genius, how do I get my boat back? Oh, okay. What? What kind of puzzle is this? The problem is like the wind current, I mean the water current. If I throw it here, he'll fucking eat it. And I can't even do this like very fast enough. I can't. Oh come on, I can't even fucking reach that. Why is the fox here? get. Can I like move this? Looks like the fox. I don't understand. God, this is fucking stupid. Okay. Come on! Oh. For now. Fucking finally. So can we destroy the ugly rat thing? Wait for I'll get up here.
Ang uyak titlutin ang uyal gurom tigut keka awing gakpak.
I blame the fox. He literally jumped the other direction. Oh fuck.
huding asin katagala romin uyang nin aglan awingakpak kivirok imirme asi matukahuni ukak domi kapalomin.
Alright, good. It got defeated.
Iyak tulla pa huding ang ilyamon olaktut akilyak kaklugo awingakpak. Igling ngamin kubay chahutik pakanigat ilan norating anak si maromin tagamin.
Oh, hey, the little mouse survived. But we haven't like not seen like the owl yet, or like the last one because I can't find it. Oh, never mind.
Kanit lagin sulit man na kipalok ukak si marok. Davrani awing ngakpak si surok kipalami na ramon. Si kubin lapaklu kipalok taman na.
Okay.
Uvona unipkak ta na panigum ukoti isukanga.
Respect for all things, achievement. Respect for all things.
So to really reinforce Anupiaq values, the things that our elders identify that's important to them, we really thought of respect for all things, respect for the animals in particular in this case. And so we've added a prelude to the story, an experience with a little mouse is where Nuna and Fox, they forget to respect this little mouse. Something that my Uncle John just told us is that you only go after animals if you intend to use it for food. You don't play with it. You don't mess around with it or tease it, even if it's all in fun. Well, once Nuna and Fox defeat the giant mouse, that's when they learn their lesson, where the mouse comes back to them, their little mouse, their friend. And this story really, it's about respect for all things, respecting all animals all the time, never forgetting to respect them. And that's an essential Anupiaq value. It's one of the key things that our elders always talk about.
River Experts achievement. Huh? That was the DLC. It was like shorter. So I think it's fine. However, the puzzle is iffy, but I'm not very good at. I'm not very good at the puzzle sometimes, and my audio keep on cutting off because of headphones. Yeah, I really have no clue what the hell's going on. Like my headphones, my screen, and now my goddamn controller joystick. Yeah, the joystick, the right one, when I like move the camera, it keep on like turning to the left. Apparently called a drift, I guess. It's like getting annoying. I guess I could play like all the coaster insights again. Before I, end it. So we could play Firewash next and go back to Monster Hunter Wild to do the GOG. Hold on, what's his name again? God Magios. I think that you say his name. Yeah, it's a massive other dragon. Oof. Yeah, no, I saw the trailer. That thing is massive. Apparently, it could be up to 8 hunters. Yeah, 4 hunters and 4 support hunters. Yeah, guessing soloing it is a bad idea. Because it'll be like very hard, which, yeah, I don't think I'm not gonna even try it. I mean, I try and do solo with like the robot boss, and yeah, no, I get my ass absolutely destroyed by that thing. And that thing took me like 20 something minutes to slay that thing. Like, that took way so long. Or is it like 30 minutes? I don't know. Yeah, Omega. Yeah, apparently this monster was from was a final boss from Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Back in 2015. Damn. 10 years. Yeah, but we're in 2025 now, so it's been like 10 years we ever seen that guy. I guess if you don't want to see it, then I'll just like, just say that I'll end it right here, but not technically right here. Like I said, I'm pretty much done with everything in this game, and, well, I enjoyed it. I do like it. I got all the achievements, so we don't know what's the point of me continuing it. So, yeah, I'm done with this game. After this, I'll play Firewatch. After that, I'll play, well, like I said, I'll go back play Monsters of the Wild to do the GOG Magios boss, and then I guess in Christmas I'll play The Witcher 3. Then after that I'll play, well, in January I'll play Devil May Cry. After that, I don't know. For The Witcher 3, I know nothing about it. I've never played or never heard about Witcher 3. Well, The Witcher. I want to know The Witcher is from Monster Hunter World. And that's pretty much it. Well, like the collab at least. Also, I'm gonna play all these again. So, yeah.
One of the things I think a lot of people need to understand is we aren't a museum piece. The Inupiaq people are a living people and a living culture. Even though we're in northern Alaska, which covers this vast area from Nome all the way over the Canadian border, is that there's this extreme value of interconnectedness and interdependence.
It's a hunting society, a gathering society from thousands of years.
This is what creates our culture.
That special relationship between humans and the natural world and the animals, and that it teaches you how to have a society that doesn't do too much harm to the world.
Love and respect for nature, for one another, for our elders. Very, very fundamental value, key to life.
Our values are something that bind us all. The importance of sharing with one another, the importance of spirituality, and the connection to the land, our traditions, how we hunt, sharing of stories and songs and dances.
I'm Inupiaq. I'm from the Arctic Ocean.
I am Inupiaq.
It's very important to me. It's who I am as a person.
And we're very proud of who we are, and we want to continue that.
it'd be busy, busy, busy all through the day. You get up and you just go right to work, you know, right to work.
There was always something to do. There was never any idle time. The only idle time we had was after we eat and before we go to bed.
One of the older people would just be relaxing, laying down there and saying, you know, it'd be really nice to hear a story. And then just organically, someone would just start telling a story.
Storytelling for the Inupiaq people is very important because it not only created that sense of community, but is a way to pass on wisdom to the next generation.
It was like TV, you know? It was just like, it was as good as anything, any movie you've ever seen. And the storyteller told it so clearly that it was just as powerful as any of the greatest movie blockbusters you've ever seen.
There was a reason behind the stories that we were told because they held traditional knowledge. They held things that we might need to know in life, whether it was about how to find food or how to survive, or it was about well-being and the importance of connecting with people and being a good member of the community.
We all do stories. We all live in stories. We all tell stories to our friends. And they need to be told. They need to be heard.
So scrimshaw is this really beautiful method of art that's done either on baleen or ivory, and traditionally it was used to tell stories.
Each etching is telling a story of some event. Caribou hunting was taking place. This is what was going on. War began around this time, and so it sort of gives you a timeline of history through etching.
An elder or the person who carved it would literally be able to read the scrimshaw story.
They're like reading a book, in a way.
A lot of the storytelling traditions would be things that after the storytelling was done, we'd just rely on the next person telling it. And so scrimshaw is a very important way for Alaskan Native people to record their history.
When I was growing up, my grandpa had a pet white fox. If you're a good friend with a fox, when there's danger abound, they try to keep you from getting into trouble. They pull tricks here and there, and foxes are like spoiled little kids in a way. When you let her out, she'd go prancing out in the snow, jumping in the air. I know she was happy then. Come running at me and jump on my chest, knock me backwards, lick my face, and I try not to let it. So that was my memory of my grandpa's pet fox.
Caribou was, it provided for us in many ways.
Our clothing in those days was made of all caribou skin.
I grew up wearing caribou bands, mittens, caribou skin mattress, blankets.
Some people had boots that were made with wolf leggings, sealskin sole bottoms. Baleen was shaved to make insoles. They kept us quite dry and warm as well. But the caribou skin clothing was the best. We would get as many yearlings as we could for our outer clothing. And for a heavy winter, we would get caribou in February or March because the hair was the longest and the skin was the thickest, and we would use those for our winter gear. With that stuff on, you could sleep outside in 50 below and it wouldn't bother you a bit.
Silla is the weather. It also means the atmosphere Here's the Nuna, or the land, and it's anything from the land into the moon, the sun, the stars. That's Sila.
It's a very spiritual, and we have a relationship with Sila. Sila has a soul in the same way we do as people, in the same way animals do.
I think spirit helpers in and of themselves are really about how we're connected with things. And so it may be that there's a spirit helper that shows themselves as a bird to show you the way home, or it may be a spirit helper that actually decides to show themselves with the face and body of a man instead of their animal form. And so I think one of the things that's hard to understand is that it's not one way of seeing things, it's one way of knowing you're connected to everything.
We've always had that spirituality of everything around us.
It's the interaction you have with the air you breathe, the ocean that you gather resources from, the rivers from which you gather fish, the tundra from which you pick berries, the animals that give themselves. It's all of that.
In the winter, when we were traveling, we didn't build sod houses, we built snow houses. In Canada, they call them igloo, but here in Alaska, we call them apuya. We'd do a day of travel, and then we'd make a apuya. The next day, my father would set traps, spend the day there, rest the dogs, give them something to eat, and then the following day, we continued to the next place. We'd go to my dad's sister, who had a house at Dubarg. They had a small sod house over there. We didn't have to do anything. We just visit with them, and my dad and my sister were glad to see each other, and they'd talk away while us kids played outside or go to sleep. By the time we get back to our home, my father would leave us with our aunt or with my grandmother, and then he'd start on his trips and go check his trap line. We were not into 8 to 5 kind of time, you know. We're in a total different kind. We're in ecological time.
Drum is something that's common to all cultures in Alaska. All cultures have a drum that may have some stylistic differences or differences in the materials that it's made, but it's still in recognition of life and vitality, and the drum mirrors the heartbeat. And when you continue drumming soon, it will be in line with your heartbeat, because that's what it's supposed to be, the heartbeat of the community, and it symbolizes vitality. And it's the most tremendous feeling to be in a room and to have one long row of all the drummers, and to have that feeling of unity and everyone beating in harmony, the drum beat in unison. It's the most beautiful feeling. And to know that you're connected, you're on the land that you are connected to. And even if you grew up outside of the community, that which is in you comes from this area. And it's the greatest feeling.
Man, I went at it and look what happens. Oh.
They're just like other people. They just happen to be very small and extremely strong.
These are stories that are common throughout Alaska. It's normally that people are, the size from your elbow to the tips of your fingers, and they possess superhuman strength. So they may be tiny, but they can carry a whole caribou.
And if you go up north and you talk to a number of the people in the community, they'll talk about having seen the little people.
There's a place at home that we know, but we don't profess it to anybody.
But it's not like the boogeyman.
They can be mischievous, they can be ornery, or they can be helpers.
And every now and then, we might have the opportunity to see them, especially if they want us to see them.
The fact that it's across Alaska really tells you something about our history and how we interacted with nature around us.
The bola is what we call kilometang. And the kilometang is made out of braided sinew tied out to some heavy bone which you could twirl. In my case, we're catching ducks.
When we're out whaling, sometimes the ducks start flying. And they're good for duck hunting. If you're a whaling crew, you can't make too much noise. So you can't use a shotgun for getting some duck soup handy, So bolo was a really handy weapon to use for catching ducks. The ducks fly in, you throw it up and tangles up the bird, and down they go.
The scaredest I've ever been, I was 12 years old. We floated out on a piece of ice while we were duck hunting. It was a bluebird day, just clear blue skies. And there was 3 of us, myself, my brother, and my dad. Next thing you know, we see this dark shadow on the ice. We look and it goes behind us. So we all jumped up, startled, and my dad, he started running. We got back to the ridge there. The ice had fractured, cracked, and broke off, and we were floating away. We were drifting. It was close enough to where my dad would have made it. He stopped and he thought about throwing us across, and if one of us was on the other side, we would be split up. So he stopped, and he just so happened to have a cell phone on him. 911 didn't pick up. That's the worst feeling in the world right there. 911 did not pick up. So he left a message because they record their calls. Once he had relayed that information, his cell phone died. That was the scariest moment I've ever had in my life. We were floating away and I thought we were left for dead. He kept calm during this situation. He's bringing out everything positive in this case. I'm crying, my brother's freaking out. It went from clear blue to dense fog. Within a couple hours, we heard the chopper flying around, so they must have gotten our message. We thought we were saved, and then the chopper sound went away. So we lit some of the sled on fire. It's plastic. We thought black smoke in the fog would create some kind of marker. Chopper pilot had mentioned when we got rescued, you could see a glow in the fog, and he slowed down there, and sure enough, as soon as he slowed down, we got within visual. That was definitely the scariest moment of my life, was floating away and not knowing what the outcome was going to be.
We're very much aware of the climate change. And it's been for many years, even before climatologists were noticing this change, Inuit were already saying, Sila alangokto. Our climate is changing.
If the heat is going the way it is right now, for us it's going to be pretty bad. Different birds are coming, and they're coming earlier, and sometimes rain is more than what we want. Because when there's more rain, we know it's going to melt the permafrost.
In my time as a young whaler, when I was 9 years old, we're hunting from ice that was about 25 feet thick. And there's giant icebergs already floating, coming by. That was the first signs of a changing climate. Ice that never broke before was now moving. Now, here it is 50 years later, we're hunting whale from ice that's 18 inches thick. There's no more thick ice.
It's creating a malfunction in our whaling season, is what it is. Actually, more than that, all seasons in general.
I think we are more scientists than more people will realize. We have more knowledge of those things than people will ever know.
My brother was out seal hunting. He got attacked from behind and managed to grab his knife and save himself. When he came to realize, oh no, it's a mother. We've always known traditionally that we avoid killing a mother. It's always been sacred to us to protect them. He had to present himself to the council, and so he was given the job to mother the baby, and he did it. It got so big it went over the barricade one day and got to the dog food, and that was an indication that, brother better go teach it how to survive on its own. So he did. I really got attached to the bear because I more or less grew up with it. And some days when brother took him walking, once in a great while he'd put me on the bear and I would ride on it like a horse. I was just happiest little girl in the world.
In, Arctic Alaska, hunting is a really important part of life. It's not just about going and shooting something, it's about going and putting food on the table. But more importantly, subsistence hunting isn't just about the insular family unit, it's about feeding the whole community. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about subsistence hunting in Alaska is that people go out and they'll go get, fish, or they'll get a caribou, and they'll get, seals and whales, and one of the first things they'll do is they'll say, oh, I need to take this to the elders. This isn't just about one individual surviving or one family surviving, it's about the whole community.
We didn't just go out and kill and put in a freezer. It's like a ritual that I learned from my parents.
It's all about relationship. I don't know, I think there's a lot of camaraderie involved. And just being out on the land or being out on the ocean, it's like getting back in tune.
I'd rather be out there. To me, once I go out there, it's the world that I learn from.
Now we spend all our time out in nature. You get very intimate with the world. And over time, if you're living that life, you start to sense that everything has a spirit. There's a consciousness in everything. Everything is alive. If everything is alive, then we want to respect it. And if we're going to use it, we want to use it respectfully.
What I try to tell my nephews and nieces, you love to hunt, you have to take care of the animals that you catch, preparing the food and eating the food that you catch.
Water provides you. The ice brings you life. It provides all those things that you need to be a part of your life.
That was something I grew up with. I grew up respecting the animals. I grew up respecting the land, and that, to me, that is why we as an Inupiaq culture, as the Inupiaq people is why we're so successful.
I think most central to the ideology of the Inupiat is the idea of sharing.
Being able to feed the community, feed others. That's why we hunt. You know, in the old days, that's what you needed to survive, you know.
The sharing is important because it's how the community survives together collectively.
We just give. That's how I grew up. That's the way I'm always going to be. Because of who we are, we always think about other people first.
If our people didn't share in the old days, we wouldn't have survived in this harsh, climate, environment.
In King Island. And in those 3 islands are the stepping stones to get to America.
So King Island is this absolutely beautiful place off the coast of Alaska. And if you can imagine being on this really kind of rocky island that kind of shoots up from the water to these cliffs, and then all of a sudden you see these stilts, and then you look up and there are these houses.
They were built on the cliff up high because of the ice. Being an island in the Bering Sea, you have ice that's being pushed by the winds onto the island. So it's going to pile up 50, 60 feet high. Structures are still there today, and people have returned to King Island. It's a growing community as the people return back to their island.
When I was young, my mom, whenever the Northern Lights came out, she'd just whistle.
Boy, they come alive. Just keep whistling and that aurora will, just like, you can almost hear it.
And then she explained to me a little bit later that those are children, and children who've passed away when they were children. You don't want to draw them in too much, is what she said, because then they could play football with your head, play Eskimo football, and that's what they want to do. They're always playing, those children up there.
Don't play out without your hood on. If you don't have your hood on, the Aurora person is going to come down and chop your head off and play ball with your head.
It wasn't like they were trying to do bad, or it was like a scary story or anything like that. It was just, that's how it was. That's what it was.
In the month of November, there's no sun. So during that dark time, we travel by the light of the moon. It's quite different. Everything was silver and black. Toward the horizon, we could see where caribou are because their body heat flowing upward, and we could see it glowing in the moonlight against a dark horizon where there's no stars. If somebody yelled, you could know who yelled from where the sound came from, but specifically where that cloud of their breath went up and it glowed in the moonlight. So that was a good time to travel. It was very surrealistic. And so things that were dark objects look very close, and white objects look very far.
We're taught that there's no hierarchy. It's not everything else and then man, humans on top. and they're separate from everything. We're taught that everything is equal and that all the animals have a human form or can be seen in a human form. And so they have just as much or more intelligence. You know, in fact, have a lot to teach people. And so that's how these transformations can happen. It's if the animal wants you to see it in its human form. There's a story where a man comes up to an ice hole and then there realizes there's another man in his parka that's got stuck in the net, you know, and is just stuck like that. Oh, can you let me out? Please help me, you know. And so then he lets the man out, but then realizes that was actually a seal. That was a seal man. And just because that seal wanted that help, that seal allowed itself to be seen in human form.
We have our Dimi, the body, which returns to Nuna, the earth. And we have Atik, who is our name that has been passed down to us over the generations. The spirit of our Atik lives on so long as man remembers that name. It would be hard to describe what happens after death. The feeling is that when our Anikinik returns to Sila, then that may be reborn if the name is passed on to a new child who can then retain some of the memories of the original name.
And so it's not uncommon for grown-ups or adults to meet a child who has the same name maybe as their grandmother and say, "Hi, Aka," which means grandma, "Hi, Appa," or "Hi, little mom," or "Hi, little dad," because it's the traditional belief that the soul, is continuing on.
Humans are renewed and replenished over time. Just like our plants, every year flowers are born and bloom and they die. Next year, they are born again.
So a recurring type of character in Inupiaq stories is the manslayer. And the manslayer is kind of this bad guy. And I think really what's at risk when the manslayer comes into story is the livelihood of individuals and the whole community. And so the manslayer is really used as a way to say, don't act only for yourself, always hold the community in your heart. Oftentimes in these stories, there is one person that will stand up.
And what this humble person will represent, who faces that manslayer, is a return to order, a return to true living in the community. And it just takes that one person. It could just be that one person that can help to change everything. Because everyone wants to live a good life. Everyone wants to have a good community.
With regard to the environment, the blizzards have been one of the key elements that have impacted the survival of people, especially in the hard winter. We know a blizzard is coming when the moon is starting to get fuzzy. We also look at the stars. When the stars are twinkling fast, we know a storm is approaching. We look to the clouds in the sky to give us a direction the storm is coming from. We learn this as children by observing weather on a daily basis.
With the story of Kunuk Sayuka, told by Robert Cleveland, it's just a masterwork. It's a well-known story among the Inupiaq people, and in our case, of producing a video game that really reflects indigenous heritage. It captures the imagination, and it's something that you have a very specific kind of task to do. There's a blizzard, you know, and it is just a non-stop blizzard that is overpowering the people, and there's one man that wants to figure it out. And in our case of the story, it's a girl that wants to find the source of that blizzard. The blizzard man, it's like that is the physical embodiment of an element of nature. And so there's a person that needs to go up and take away that's chipping away that snow.
In that community, the person least expected is the one who stands up and makes the difference.
Humility is something that we value, and where that comes from is the idea that you are not the biggest thing in the world. And when you live in an extreme environment like where the Inuit reside, you're at the whim of the environment, of the climate, of the animals. You can be as prepared as you can, you know, by learning from your elders that, you know, you're not the biggest force in the world.
Okay, so that's pretty much it. I already played the Fox Hills one. Yeah, I already played the Fox Hill one again.
In 1964, my grandfather, Apa Willie Godoon Sr., Punnik, he was invited by archaeologists and anthropologists from Brown University. He was invited to the Onion Portage site, this ancient sacred site of the Inupiaq people. And it was really special for my grandfather to be included in that kind of thing because it showed the respect they had for him, for his knowledge, for what he had to offer. And while they were there, while they were camped out there, when they had some quiet time, he told some stories. One of the stories that my grandfather told was the story of the Coastal Brothers. These two brothers, they have their own particular skills. They go out to the Noatak River area, and they go to try to challenge and hopefully defeat this giant mouse who is destroying everything in its path. The development team really took a great interest in the story that my grandfather told because it really enhances those themes that we found in Never Alone. One of interdependence, another of Inupiaq values, love of our elders and of our land and of our traditions. I mean, it helped to really bring that out, and so that's one reason why it really captivated the interest of the team. I wasn't raised here, but my mom talked about how it'd be so dark.
Yeah, it was dark in the wintertime. In December 21st, we see the sun for about 3 hours, you know. The rest is dark, so the days start to get long.
My mom, in her story, she says the real people come out. Everyone comes alive.
Springs there because the caribou are not hiding under the snow anymore.
You know, like the elders used to tell me, as soon as they saw those snow buntings, the small birds, the new season would start for gathering food. They knew they'd be happy because fresh food is starting to come around.
We'd be getting geese eggs or seagull eggs or anything.
I gotta play again because the video of the Wi-Fi getting off fucking now.
I wasn't raised here, but my mom talked about how it'd be so dark.
Yeah, it was dark in the wintertime. In December 21st, we see the sun for about 3 hours, you know. The rest is dark, so the days start to get longer right after that, shortly after that.
My mom, in her story, she says the real people come out. Everyone comes alive just because they've been inside so long.
I'm almost happy when spring is here because the caribou are migrating north. The bears are coming out of hibernation. Rabbits and stuff, they're all over the place. They're not hiding under the snow anymore.
You know, like the elders used to tell me, as soon as they saw those snow buntings, the small birds, the new season would start for gathering food. They knew they'd be happy because fresh food is starting to come around.
We'd be getting geese eggs or seagull eggs or any kind of duck eggs.
We'd go camping in the early spring, go out with dog teams when I was a kid to a spring camp, and it was anywhere that my folks thought that we can get the most food. Right here in the peninsula, we'd walk back from our camp and hunt muskrats, and my mom would dry the skins.
And so it's a time of just all the gathering activities, all the busyness. It's when the life really springs up again.
Because we're all Inupiats, you know, upriver, along the coast, I'm considered coastal. Tarir mi means I'm next to the ocean. Kung mi is up the river. And I'm proud to be a Tarir mi because I can hunt out there where those guys can't. I was taught to be aware of all the conditions out there. In fact, a friend of mine, an elder, he's passed away since. One year he came down, he had a small boat, just as the ice was going. He followed the ice down from Cayena, okay? And he came down, he says, Willie, I come down just to go see how you guys hunt. Let's go. I said, okay. I got my boat ready and we took out. And the ice was moving out there, you know, big chunks and that kind of stuff. So there was one area over on the cruising turn side I was watching, being aware of how the ice was moving, how fast the current was moving, that kind of stuff. Automatically, you know, I was taught that by my dad. I was really watching and everything. I said, oh, we got to get out of here. And he looked at me and said, how come? I said, our way to get out of here is closing up. So I took off. And he was right behind me. I went through okay, and then he went through, and he said he looked back after we went through, and the ice came up. It came together and came up like that. And he shook his head when we came back, and he said, I will never question the price of seed oil again. I see the danger you guys go through. If you don't know what you're doing, bad things can happen to you out there. Yeah.
That's a great story.
Well, it's the truth, you know, yeah. what I went through. That's my dad. Picture of my dad.
Appa Willie, my grandfather Willie, he was a respected hunter, so he was the provider for the large family.
My father embodied all the Inupiaq values. He used them all as much as he can every day, and he loved to talk to people.
He shared a lot of stuff that he got from out, whether it be out in the ocean or in land. He shared with people.
We all loved him because he treated us with respect, all of us kids. When we followed him, when I started to follow him with John to go hunt out in the ocean out here, he would talk to us while we're hunting and point things out to us. You know, how to expect things, how to do things out in the country, or...
It teaches how to set traps, where to put the traps, how to bait them.
My dad was born and raised in Selwick. He grew up in springtime and summertime using a kayak. And they can go on days on a kayak.
So he taught us all that about hunting seals, bearded seals, and then hunting beluga also. You know, he showed us how.
I never forget my dad. Every time he'd say something, I honor what he'd say. I remember he'd wake me up after early in the morning, 5 o'clock, when it's still dark. He'd kiss me in his cheek, wake me up. I remember he said, bye, John, You behave now. I'll never forget that. So one day he did that. He said, if anything happened to me, I want you to take care of Mom, like I did. But I see the affection there and the bond he had with me. He taught me.
So to really reinforce Inupiaq values, the things that our elders identify that's important to them, we really thought of respect for all things, respect for the animals in particular in this case. And so we've added a prelude to the story. An experience with a little mouse is where Nuna and Fox, they forget to respect this little mouse. Something that my Uncle John just told us is that you only go after animals if you intend to use it for food. You don't play with it. You don't mess around with it or tease it, even if it's all in fun. Well, once Nuna and Fox defeat the giant mouse, that's when they learn their lesson, where the mouse comes back to them, their little mouse, their friend. And this story really, it's about respect for all things, respecting all animals all the time, never forgetting to respect them. And that's an essential Inupiaq value. It's one of the key things that our elders always talk about.
Okay, so that was it. So yeah, I'm going to end my live stream here. I'm pretty much done with this game. It was fun, I enjoyed it. It was short. Goddamn, my audio keep on cutting off. It wasn't that bad. Right? So yeah, pretty much done. I mean, I got all the achievement, everything. Too bad there isn't a platinum trophy, but oh well. I do actually like the closer insights. Yeah, I learned so much about them. And it's interesting too. So like I said, I'm gonna end my live stream here. I'm pretty much done with this game. After this, I'll play Firewatch. And after I beat Firewatch, I'll go back and play Monster Hunter Wilds. So I'm gonna do the Dog Mailios. You know, boss. Magios. Dog Magios. I'll translate that. Well, I'll try it anyways, but I really don't know how hard that thing is. After that, in Christmas, or I don't know what I'll play. I guess I'll play like something, or I'll just wait until like Christmas so I could play The Witcher, or I could just play The Witcher after the Monster Hunter Wilds. Who knows? After I beat The Witcher in January, or close to it anyways, I'll play Devil May Cry. Basically like the old games. I have like a trilogy of it, however I don't know if I could live stream it or not. Yeah, remember that I have like the trilogy of like the BioShock that I got. I mean, I could play it, however I cannot live stream it, so I have to like record it in the old-fashioned way on PlayStation 4. So hopefully that does not happen on that one. After that, I really don't know. So yeah, so anyway, this game been fun. So anyways, if you guys like the video, please like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification button so you can watch my videos on my channel. I'm done playing with Neuralone, and I'll see you next time. Bye.